Hello, for those watching recording, my name's Rebecca Lee. I'm here to do readings tonight. I'm just waiting for a couple of people to jump on. So looking forward to catch up with you all. So I have my Unlock Your Love Blocks cards here. It's actually their 10-year anniversary next year. So Unlock Your Love Blocks really helps us to overcome the karmic patterns in relationships, primarily moving beyond the soulmate karmic pattern into divine love. So working on our love blocks really helps us to move through this karmic stuff fairly quickly in relationships. So if you would like a Unlock Your Love Blocks reading tonight, just let me know. Love blocks if you're single, love blocks if you're in a relationship, and let's see what comes up for you. Hi everyone, it's good to see your comments starting to come through. Also going to do some angel readings tonight. If you feel like you need a connection with the angels, happy to do an angel reading. So just say angel, and if you want to just sort of give me a little bit of context what your question's about, that'd be great. So these angel cards I have are from Doreen Virtue, and I've also got my normal Jackie Newcomb's messages from heaven. So if there is someone you want to connect with, I'll see how I go with that. So I'm just going to do my normal scroll, see where I'm pulled. Hello, if you are new, my name's Rebecca Lee. My Facebook page is Rebecca Lee Awaken the Spirit Within, or High Vibration City. So hi everybody. I actually just get a piece of paper because sometimes I do need to just write your name down because the comments do kind of move quickly and I end up getting lost and losing you. So all sorts of weird shit goes on. So let me just get a piece of paper and see where we're going. Hello everybody. Okay, love that. I love that everybody is wanting some love blocks cards. That's awesome. Yes, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'm going to start with Natalie Turner. Natalie hasn't asked for anything in particular, but I just feel I'm going to pull her an angel card, and I'll just see what comes up there, Natalie, and we'll see what comes out there. And the same with Amethyst. Let's just see if any of you guys have commented again. Relationship. Okay, so I'm going to give one to Amethyst Katrina. Amethyst Katrina, relationship. All right, so we might just start there and we'll take it from there. So let's go with Natalie's angel card reading to kick off the night. Okay, happy Wednesday. Woohoo. Yay, it's nearly Christmas. Can you believe it? Things haven't slowed down. I actually want to say to anybody that's messaged me from last week about readings, I'm terribly sorry. I will get back to you. I've literally been working night and day, so it's been pretty crazy, but I will get back to you and we will organize something probably for the new year now, I would say. All right, so let's see. Natalie. Oh, I just feel like you need a big rest. Talking of working night and day, but I just feel like you need a big rest. Let's see what card comes out. You got the listen card, and my sense is it's more about listening to your body, listening to yourself, listening to your intuitive messages. I feel like that you are quite intuitive, okay? And intuitive doesn't mean that we're seeing spirits and seeing the dead and all of that. There's many ways we intuit, okay? And we all do it differently. I just feel you need to listen to that inner quiet voice because I feel like it's really trying to reach to you. You need to have patience. You need to keep mastering your skill. You things about timing, okay? Just everything's happening in divine timing. Don't give up. Don't feel useless. Don't think that things aren't happening or working out. Okay, I feel like that inner voice, that inner guidance is wanting to guide you to take a step in the right way. You just need to breathe more. I feel like every time you need to make a decision or that something happens, you just don't breathe. So you need to breathe more. And I think that as you breathe and relax, you will be able to hear that inner voice more and be able to trust your journey. Okay, so I just want to pull you one of these angel cards, is my sense. So yes, definitely be listening to that inner voice. The inner voice will not lead you wrong. And I feel like you actually might know what that is. And perhaps, you know, we all know about ignoring that voice for a while. Okay, and the card that you've got here, it says spend time alone in nature, meditating about your desires and intentions. Ask the angels to help you gain a positive perspective. So I really feel that fits nicely into what I'm feeling for you. Listening to that inner voice, having that quiet time, and just you've got the answers, and things are going to flow. You just need to trust that. Sometimes when we're panicking or we're not trusting, we can build up blocks that perhaps we're not there. We actually go on and create more of a resistance for ourselves energetically, and you know, everything is energy. We're energy. So the more, you know, we need to know when to step forward, take action, and do what we need to do. And then we need to know when to just let it bake, let it cook, let things, you know, have some time to sort of move and shake. So that's a bit of practice, and that's a dance, you know, between our inner masculine and inner feminine energies. So yeah, some time off and some time alone with some quiet would be really, really good for you. So I hope that helps. That's for Natalie Turner. I'll leave that with you, Natalie. Thank you so much for being here, darling. Okay. Whew. Breathe. You need to breathe. Holding onto your breath, waiting, hoping, wishing. Everything's going to be okay. Rightio. So now we're going to go to Amethyst, Katrina. So I'm pulling her a Love Blocks card around relationship. So you know, these are 10 years old next year, and I've been working on love blocks and helping people move through karmic soul relationships for probably just over a decade. Okay, and I know it sounds a bit sort of foreign to a lot of people because they're like, "What? I'm looking for my soulmate relationship." And you know what? Yeah, a lot of people are. But I got the message over a decade ago that a lot of us are going to be ready to bring more of our higher self down, our divine self, our spirit self. I see that as a little bit different to our soul self. Okay, so our soul self is that part of us that travels through time and space and learns lessons and often gets caught up, you know, repeating karmic patterns, or caught up in the same soul, you know, family relationships. And Spirit told me a while ago that a lot of us are ready to move forward through that. We do sort of tend to gravitate towards soul family, where, you know, those lessons are imprinted in our energy fields, and many of us are ready to move beyond that. So that's the path that I've been on, and it's been a little bit different because, you know, everybody's sort of looking for their soulmate. I've been reaching out for the people that are ready to move beyond those karmic patterns. And that's what Love Blocks is about. It's about looking within. It's about seeing those patterns. It's about recognizing them, seeing the gold in them, and moving forward and expanding ourselves and connecting more to our divine selves and finding our divine lover, becoming the divine lover and finding our divine lover. So, you know, yeah, that's what Love Blocks has been about. So Amethyst, let's just see what's happening here with you. I just feel like you've got the Earth Healing card. I should share these with you guys. So you've got the Earth Healing card. So when you got this card, it means that you've been really isolating yourself for some time. I feel like you're possibly an empath and or an energy sensitive. So perhaps, you know, in the last few years, maybe in the last, you know, decade or two, there's been some experiences that have hit you pretty hard. And especially as an empath or an intuitive sensitive, we tend to sort of lock ourselves down, and we go into the cave and we hibernate for a while. And we could do that by living on our own. We can do that by hiding out in a relationship and being safe in a relationship that might not be a relationship that is completely fulfilling for us, but it is safe, which is fine. Some people need to do that, and that's absolutely fine. But there comes a point when we're ready to come out, we're ready to break out. And so that's really a time to see, well, is the relationship going to be able to shift to another level, or is it actually time for you to find yourself again, and perhaps it's time to move on to the next chapter, whatever that it means for you. I'm going to say that change is coming, because you're going to want to step out more and more. You're going to expand vibrationally, and perhaps see parts of your old self again that you've hidden off for a while. You feel like you've been doing a lot of healing, and you're ready to connect more on a heart level again, and perhaps with more people, with more communities. So there's change coming. It's going to bring change. There's a process to that. I want to say awakening, and I think there is an awakening for you happening, but also this kind of emerging, this stepping back out again. And when I say stepping back out, like stepping back out and connecting with others and showing yourself again and showing more of yourself. So the process, and you'll see this card, you really need to sort of be in nature. So your first part of stepping out is getting outside, being in the bush, being at the beach, and just letting nature sort of open your energy field up. So that's a really good start to this process. But yes, I feel like, there's a decision. Okay. I just get that there is a decision, and, relationships, like we change as a person, like we're not supposed to stay the same. We're not, we're our essence of who we are, and certain traits even is us, but we grow and change. We're supposed to grow and change individually. And so when you're in a relationship, that, the relationship has to change. It's a dance. We're constantly moving and shifting, and that it's not easy. It can be quite tricky and difficult, especially if one person's having a shift and the other person's not having that shift just yet. So it's always hard to know, when's the time to go. Do I stay? Is this person, going to shift and change in this relationship, or is she or he not? So these are always things that we sit with. Ideally, once you're clear in yourself and you've done a lot of your own Unlock Your Love Blocks work, you will really know and feel into this person and know whether to stay or not, or whether, it's a relationship that you commit to and that you go on this journey together. It looks like you've been in past lives together. So that tells me, being in a past life together, there's definitely karmic patterns at play here. You've been through this before. And so you do have an opportunity this lifetime. Sorry, I'm not sure if you can see that. You do have an opportunity this lifetime to really learn and really understand consciously what it is that you're learning about yourself here, from this relationship. And what it is, how and if you can move forward together in that, or you just need to learn that lesson and move on, evolve, see the lessons, see that part, what you need to see in yourself, and then move on or not. So we would have to talk a little bit more and do a little bit more looking around to see what that means for you. And you're quite welcome to message me, and we can do some more work on that. But I just want to say that there is some change coming. It has to be. I'm getting that has to be, Amethyst. Like the change is imminent, and you're not going to be able to stop it. So no need to resist it, and no need to be afraid. The more we resist, the harder things can be. So it's good just to trust and surrender that, there's expansion coming, and with expansion can be little challenging at times, but there's always beautiful light at the end of that as well, and new life is what I'm hearing. So that's for Amethyst Katrina. So I hope that helps, Dylan. I hope you can make sense of all of that, and it gives you something to think about. Okay, so thank you so much for being here. That's for Amethyst Katrina. All right. I'm just going to go now to Amanda Jane. Hopefully she's still around. Amanda Jane, she's in a relationship. And who's this? I'm going to go, that's interesting. I'm going to go for Nicole Walrons. sorry if I pronounce anyone's name wrong too. I don't mean any offense. I do my best to pronounce those names. So I'm going for Amanda Jane, and she's got relationship, and I'm going for Nicole. She'd like to know, Nicole Walrand would like to know if she should continue her spirituality training. That really intrigues me. Okay, spirituality training, and she's in a relationship. I'm actually going to start with you, Nicole, and I'm actually going to do Love Blocks card, and let's just see what's going on here. I actually just keep hearing the word expectations. So I'm not sure if this is twofold, what you're expecting in your spirituality training and what you're expecting in your relationship. It's kind of the same. Maybe you're expecting things to be different or more. But I'm just getting a vision of you looking in a mirror and just really looking within like this. I know that sounds cliche, but I actually do teach spirituality and intuition training, and I can really relate to this from the start of my journey. Like I actually thought that things were going to be a lot different when I tuned in as an intuitive or a psychic or a healer. I thought it'd actually be much different to what it is. I think that we build ourselves up so much, and we build it up so much that we think, especially when we watch TV shows and these sorts of things, we can have these expectations. And it's actually not how it is. I know at the start of my journey, I ended up, stopping to watch all those sorts of shows and, supernatural shows and mediumship shows, that they were great and I absolutely loved them. But it just confused me for a while in what to expect. So my sense is that I just keep hearing the word expectations. So I feel like you just think things should be a little bit different than what they are. So maybe just have a think about that. And I'm also getting to be a little bit more patient with yourself. God, the whole deck nearly just fell out. But let's just see here. I just want to shuffle for a little bit longer, and just see if what I'm saying resonates, because so many people are intuitive. I think, it's really great so many people have really amazing psychic gifts and mediumship gifts, and it's not to take away from any of that. We do, but we all innately have the ability to tune in intuitively in some way or form. Okay. And in the beginning, if it's not sort of working how we thought it would or how we would like it to, it could be that, we get disappointed with ourselves, or we get a little bit, I just feel deflated or let down. It's really interesting because you've got the passion card, and maybe it is that it's just not, maybe there's something else you're more passionate about right now. And maybe the working on your spiritual gifts and your spirituality might not need to be the main focus. I mean, I think being intuitive and understanding ourselves as an energetic being and as a soul and a spirit should be underlying in everything that we do, you know what I mean? And then, we can step forward into so many paths as an intuitive spiritual being. I just feel that perhaps your expectations were a little bit sort of amiss to what actually happens, and maybe you feel a little bit deflated and let down. But I also just feel like to get this card, there's something you've got to, there's something that you've got that you're really passionate about. If you're really passionate about this, it won't matter, you'll stick to it. But if it's maybe not the time, or you just need to work on it over time, but there's something else that you need to be following, then that's what you need to be doing. And only you know that. Deep down inside what it is. You can continue working on your intuition. We're doing that all the time. We do that over our lifetimes. So, I'm not sure if that really helps you, but I think that and I think you've just got to follow. I think you've just got to follow what your passion is, and just know that you can work on developing yourself spiritually and intuitively over time. So this is for Nicole Walrand. With regards to relationship, I just want to say, if you're looking for a bit of a spark, you know, in your relationship, if you're looking for something different, I think following your passion will light something else up inside of you, and your partner needs to do the same thing, and it'll bring new energy to the relationship. So I just feel you just need to get out, follow your truth, speak your truth, and you know, to the world and to each other. You know, I just feel like there might be some things being held back. So I just feel like this whole big energy needs to come through you, come through the relationship, and just give you like a big boom, re-spark. Okay, so do some different things as well. So that's for Nicole. So sorry, I went on a little bit there. Sorry about that. But that's for Nicole. I hope that helps, honey. I'll leave that with you. Let me know if you have any more questions. All right, I'm going to Amanda Jane. She's in a relationship, so I'm going to pull a Love Blocks card for her as well. Hey, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Awesome. I'm just going to put, I said last week, and I know I said that I haven't contacted anyone from last week, but it is better to email me rather than Facebook Messenger, because it just actually gets a little bit overloaded in there just at the moment. For now, if you want to contact me, I've just put my email in there. Send me an email, and like I said, I'll get back to my emails in the next couple of days. All right, thank you. So if you need to contact me. Okay. All righty. Yeah, I do Love Block sessions. I do Healing with the Ancestors sessions. I do general readings, and I do shamanic healings as well. So all of that is at my website, rebecca-lee.com, if you want to have a look at that. As I said, or you can give me an email. All right, so I'm going to Amanda Jane. We're doing more Love Blocks work here tonight. Amanda, I'm just hearing the word responsibility. Responsibility. So let's see what card comes out. You know, it's part of the path, isn't it? And, you know, we can be upset with other people, and we can, and you know, so many things happen to us all that we have the right to be upset about and hurt about, but we have a responsibility to ourselves to move through that and not hold on to it, you know, not for anybody else but ourselves. We owe that to ourselves, and we're responsible for our own healing, not our mums and dads, and not our ex-lovers, nobody. We are responsible for that. So my sense is that's for Amanda, that's for all of us. Okay, we always need to, whenever we feel deflated or giving up or hopeless or victimized or any of that, you know, in love and our relationship or finding love, we have to keep coming back to ourselves and taking responsibility. And it's actually a big thing. It sounds easy. It actually pisses a lot of people off. You know, don't tell me, what about such and such and so and so. It's like, I know, but what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You got to be responsible for you. When you're ready to truly grow and heal, you'll understand that, you know, and when that still pisses you off, you've still got some work to do. Okay, so I'm not sure how this relates to you, Amanda, but that's just come out, and I do sense that's for a lot of people in here. Okay, but you've got the Freedom card. All right, so this card tells me that you've got some limiting beliefs, okay, about how perhaps how a relationship should be, or what you can actually experience and have in love and relationship. I feel like you've got some real limiting beliefs. It could be around expectations around gender roles as well. That's just what dropped in. So that might be something you need to reflect upon. You don't have to sit down and just be about it. You need to just put an intention up to your higher self and say, well, what's my limiting beliefs around relationship or around myself in relationship? And just have that in your field, like your energy field, hold that in your heart and wait for the answer to drop in, and it'll come to you some weird, crazy way. It'll just drop in, or a conversation will be had. Some way you will get the answer, but you've got some, you're a free bird, right? In terms of your spirit and your soul, and you want to fly and you want to feel free. But it's really just your own thought patterns and things that you're believing to be true that are holding you back. So it's actually not anybody else holding you back, is what I'm being told. Okay, so it's just some thought patterns and some beliefs that you need to identify, and it's going to really set you free. Sometimes we think that an external situation needs to change, or somebody else needs to change, but it's actually what we're believing to be true, our own thought patterns, that actually needs to change. And then everything, we can be, so underestimated, our perceptions and our thought patterns and our beliefs, and how much that can, that determines our experience of our entire day, our entire life, our entire relationship. So sometimes it's not, the external world that needs to change. We just need to let go of something we've been thinking and believing. And that's what I get for you, Amanda. So I just actually feel like that's really like big, and that's powerful, and I need to leave that with you. And, like I've said to the other ladies, if you need some support or some help kind of identifying what this is or what this thought pattern and beliefs will be, definitely reach out to me, and I'd love to help you work through that. So that was for Amanda Jane, and I just have a sense so many of you could really really use that advice. So thanks, Amanda, for being that person that brings that message to a few people as well. So thank you, darling. Okay, so beautiful people, nice energy from you all tonight, just going to say. Amongst all the chaos that can be for Christmas and just everything else that's the energies for 2020, you're all actually feeling not too bad energetically as a group together. So that's nice. Maybe you just needed to be here and just connect with spirit. And when I bring yous into the group and I can start feeling yous come together, spirit and I were always just like, we'll be talking and doing readings, but we're just like pouring like beautiful, loving energies into you all too. So, at some point, if you've been anxious or you've been holding your breath and you're sitting here and you're listening to me talk and give readings, just take a moment and just breathe some energy in, and just know if, someone's reading sort of hits home for you, take that as a message for you, okay, for yourself as well. Okay, beautiful. Okay, let's just keep cracking on, because I really want to help as many people as I can here with love and relationship. I'm going for, do you know what I want to say? I want to say that 2020, I mean, with everything that it has been, I usually towards the end of the year, give an energy reading for the next year coming. And, 2020 was always going to be about relationships and, what's going to happen with especially people that have been in long-term relationships, what's going to happen? Is it going to shift to the next level, or has it served its purpose and coming to an end? And I feel right up to the end of 2020, it's still, it's going to still be a theme for people, like what's happening with this relationship? Are we going to be, are we moving forward? Are we shifting and changing and evolving and moving forward together? Or have we come to the end of the line? We've kind of learned what we need to from each other, and we need to part ways. And, we all know how difficult that can be too, especially when we're empaths and, light workers. We love with all of our hearts, so it can be hard to let go. And, but I just really feeling like, this theme about relationships is going to be strong all the way to the end of the year, probably still into the beginning of the next year too. But I like the sense of a beginning and an ending that we have with our calendars, because it kind of brings through this, okay, is we got to do it. This is when it kind of can put the pressure on sometimes, and we need that. We want to sort of finish the year with a decision or things done or wrapped up and tied up, not just whether we're going to get on with our relationship or not, but, you know, finishing off projects and things like this. So very, very interesting with relationships, and definitely on people's minds, I think. I'm going for Cat Grey. I'm going to give you a card, please, darling. And I'm going to go for Amy. Sounds funny, doesn't it? I'm going to go for, I'm going to read for Amy Lee. Cat Grey, Amy Lee. I feel like you two have got very similar energies. It's going to be interesting what comes out. Okay. Cats first. Cats first. Hey, everyone. Oh, I better put that one out. It's for Cat. Hopefully she's still here. I have no idea where I am in my messages. Rightio. Okay. It's deep. It's a big one. I'm going to keep it as light as possible. Okay. And, of course, if you need any more support, Cat, you contact me, okay, or contact somebody. But you got the past lovers card. All right. And this is not just in this lifetime for you. This is past life stuff. I'm going the wrong way. This is past life stuff for you. So you learn a lot through love, woman. Okay. And I mean, we all do. One sure way to evolve really quickly is get in a relationship and be conscious of what's going on and what you're learning, okay, rather than getting stuck in caught up in all the emotions. Like if you're conscious of yourself and what's triggering you and what you're working through on a soul level, what you're healing on an inner child level, we can really, really expand quickly through relationship. Of course, when we're not conscious of those things, it can be quite painful. You learn a lot through love, and I just feel this is about past life relationships. There could be some soul retrieval type healing work to sort of, I believe in soul retrieval work, and you know, sometimes aspects of our soul are stuck in past lives, and there's a healing process to help bring those fragments back into the here and now and into your heart as a whole. So there could be definitely some unresolved stuff in past lives that affects your relationship. You may be still having some energetic cords and attachments to relationships from this life, okay? But there's been a lot of gold for you that you have learnt in relationship, and you may still need to actually understand that and figure it out. But I'm just getting it's not all pain, and there's actually a lot of good to be had for you because you've got the heaven on earth card, okay? And what this means is like sometimes we can just yearn to get the hell out of here because it's like been so painful and just so frustrating. Even I get the word frustrated for you. This is for Cat Grey, that you just want to return home, you know. You want to return home, and you just sort of think, that's it, I'm done. I just can't sort of dealio with any more of this. I can't understand people. I can't understand why they are like these sorts of things. But I want to just keep it, and I'm not saying that people aren't shits and that people haven't been shits to you. I'm saying, you know, yeah, probably, absolutely, yes, have. But there's some stuff in there for you to learn and understand, okay? Like I feel like you're on a huge path of evolvement, okay? You could even be a master number because master numbers in numerology, it's not that they're a higher vibration than other people. There's no hierarchy. It's just that you can learn the lessons, or you have an opportunity to learn the lessons a lot more intensely and quickly, okay, that you want to learn on your path. So the card's saying, you know what, there's actually a lot of beautiful stuff that you'd experience in heaven that you could experience here on earth. It's just sort of integrating these learnings from relationship. And I just feel like, yeah, soul retrieval for past lives would be really helpful for you. I just feel like we need to sort of bring you bring some parts of you back into the here and now, and that'd be really helpful for you. I'm getting a vision of you writing letters to perhaps a past lover, a particular past lover, or past lovers, and just letting them know how you feel. You're not going to send this to them. You're going to be talking to them like as a psychic conversation. You call their soul in, and you're writing a letter to them, and you're just putting it all on the paper, what you want to say and how you feel and how you want to let them go now and move on, okay? Again, a healing might help too with the energetic cords and attachments, but I'm seeing you writing a letter and then burning it and letting it all go. And I just feel like that's going to be a really nice little ritual for you. So that's for Cat Grey, darling. I will leave that with you, and I hope that helps. And, you know, some good tips in there for anybody else who feels that they're struggling with past relationships. Writing a letter, asking their soul to come forward and having a psychic conversation. You don't even have to write a letter. You could just talk to them in a psychic conversation and say what you need to say, and you know, really affirm to them and yourself that you're actually you're letting go once and for all. So, and releasing them from your field and your heart. So that could be a good ritual for anyone who wants to try that. Okay, so that was for Cat Grey. I'm going to Amy Lee now. That was the other lady I was drawn to. Amy's single, and yes, let's see. When I tune into you, Amy, I'm getting actually pains around my eyes, around my head. So this is all sort of 6th chakra area. So when I'm doing love blocks training, we're looking at what blocks particularly sit in all the various chakras, and I have a system that I use there. Have been using it for a long time. And when I sense someone with blocks and pain in their 6th chakra, it's really about how you're seeing yourself. You have a distorted, I call it a distorted because it's distorted, perception of yourself. So it's when you look in the mirror, you're seeing yourself differently to who you are, okay? And usually this is in a more negative aspect. You're seeing perhaps negative things about yourself that just aren't there, and you struggle to see your beauty and your light and the gift that you are. That's what I'm hearing from Spirit. Like, you're not seeing the gift of who you are. This is for Amy Lee. And darling, you have to see yourself this way, because we cannot turn up, or we cannot first walk around out there looking for love when we feel that we're not really valuable, okay? We don't want to inflated ego, okay? That's just a whole other extreme. That just brings a whole other bag of shit. But darling, you can't walk around thinking that you've got nothing to offer. You need a nice, quiet sense of confidence and a nice, quiet sense of self-love, okay? You don't have to be overly, I love every single thing about myself. You need to look at yourself and say, you know what? I'm actually all right. I'm a good person. You know, I've got good traits about me. And yes, there's some things about me, maybe I would like to be a little better, but they're not, but that's still okay. I'm still a beautiful woman. I'm still a good person. And I'm open to learn more about myself, and I'm open to learn more about love in relationship to somebody else. These are the words I'm hearing that you need to be saying to yourself, okay? And look at approaching love from that way, okay? I'm getting the word test. Maybe you test people a lot, and maybe you test people and set them up to fail from the get-go. I don't know if you do that in your dating or you've done that in past relationships. And I'm getting, you have to stop doing that, darling. There's someone actually in spirit, I feel, for you. Feels like a male. I'm not exactly sure, possibly like a fatherly type figure, but I'm not sure exactly. But I'm just getting that you have to stop doing this, darling, because your testing is really just blocking love, okay? So it's not that you're flawed or that you're not good enough. You're not seeing yourself accurately, and so you're not really truly opening to let love in. I haven't even pulled a card yet. Let's see what we say. Okay, so you got the values card. So this just really means you have to reassess what's important to you. And when I get this card, it's usually like someone's going through a big shift. So what was important to you is actually it's shifting and it's changing. It's not as important to you anymore. Okay, so examples are when people. It's important for people to earn money and get themselves set up financially and securely. And so everything about their life and what they do, is about that. And it's about, getting themselves set up that way, and perhaps relationships of all level, like not just intimate relationships, all relationships take a back foot. And often, either when we're exhausted or we've achieved what we wanted to achieve, our values change, and perhaps, finding love becomes more important, or, cherishing family relationships or being with family becomes more important, or other values. Perhaps it's your health, okay, your body. I'm getting that about your health and body as well. So, I forget even what I've just been saying to you, Amy, but this is for Amy Lee. I hope that helps. Again, I'm here for you if you need me. My email is in there somewhere. Please just drop me a line if you need some support, and I'll be there for you. So that's for Amy Lee. Okay, and I hope that helps anyone else as well. Okay, let's see where we're going to go, guys. We're really on a love blocks roll tonight, aren't we, guys? It's awesome. I freaking love it. I love everybody who's willing to go there. It's not an easy journey, but it's an amazing journey. Sorry, guys, just bear with me for a minute. I'm actually going I've got two ladies here that are calling on me. I've got Sharon Lee and who's the other lady? And I've got Donna Campbell, single. Okay, I'm just going to start with Donna first, Sharon, because we're on a love blocks roll, and Sharon's message is ask questions not about love blocks, although I'm still going to be doing a love blocks card, but let's just see. But I'm starting with Donna Campbell. A love card, please, single. Anything coming for me soon? Are you willing? That's what I'm hearing from Spirit. Are you really willing? Are you really willing to maybe I have to make some changes and be a little bit open and have a little, I'm getting some that you might have to shift out of some of your ways, and maybe old ways, Donna. Okay, I feel like you can be really sort of set in stone in how you do things, or how you want things to be, or how you expect even your lover to be. Oh, darling. But the universe wants you to shift in some ways. Not everything. You don't have to sacrifice yourself, change who you are, be someone different. But, in love and in relationship, we are looking to experience different aspects of ourselves and learn different parts of ourselves. And we have these people in our life, so we can maybe try a few things on, see if we like it and see if we don't. What's this bring out of me? What's this type of person bring out of me? What's this experience showing me about myself? What's this experience showing me about love? Okay, I'm getting asked for you to be more willing to maybe just surrender a couple of things, and it doesn't mean that you are being a doormat. Okay, that there's a difference between just being and being a certain way and doing things for other people to please them or whatever, to being open to perhaps have some different perspectives, and some thoughts, and maybe trying some different things or doing things a different way, and at least giving them a go and seeing actually how it feels and how you like it. And if it's not for you, then it's not for you, and you have control. You have to trust yourself. Okay, I think that you're worried that going into a relationship that you're going to lose yourself. I think you can be really strong and maybe even opinionated. And I do get the word demanding. I'm so sorry, darling. I'm just saying what I'm getting. That you may have tendencies to be this way, but I'm getting underneath that you are really afraid that you will lose yourself, or that you will lose control, or people will take advantage of you and walk all over you. That's why you can be strong like that, and why you're sort of stuck solid in where you think and what you believe sometimes. So look, it takes a lot of courage, but I want to say to you, you really need to know and understand at the end of the day, you are in control of you, and you can pull out anytime, you can say no anytime, and you can bugger off anytime, okay? You don't have to do anything that you don't want to do. Like, you just need to remember that you're actually always in control. So don't let fear of losing yourself block you and hold you back. You actually got the Judgment card. Okay, so sometimes what we see in others is a part of ourselves that we're not healed, or that we haven't come to healing with, or we haven't understood. Okay, so when you're seeing something in someone that's really pissing you off or really triggering you, and this is not to say always, but for this particular card, this is the energy of it. What's in that for you? Okay, there's something in that for you. And so if there's been people like that in the past, it might be a good practice to see what that is. And to see what comes up for you there. You also got the Heaven on Earth card. A lot of us need to remember that we can create a beautiful life here, okay, on Earth. And if we forget about how amazing Earth is, putting some of the really shitty people aside and some of the shitty things that happens, you just need to sort of look at nature, something in nature that just puts you in an awe, like, oh my gosh, that is just incredible. That is beautiful. Being out in nature, exploring a little bit if you can is great. If not, looking at really beautiful nature images. That's what I'm getting shown a vision of, and just like, whoa, like Earth is so amazing. That's a good start. But it is a miracle that you're living now. This is what this card says. And, don't waste your time here, darling. Don't waste your time being too stubborn, okay? Loosen up a little bit, free yourself up a little bit, and be a little bit more compassionate with yourself, and a little bit more compassionate with others. And, I see you smiling and laughing in the future, and you should be. You want to laugh. You're a smiley, laughy person. That's what I'm getting, and you need to be doing more of that. Take a breath, breathe, relax. Okay, it's for Donna Campbell. I hope that helps, honey. I'll leave that with you. If you need me, you know where to find me. All right. Wow. All right, we're going for Sharon. Sharon wants to know if her son's going to be okay starting school next year. I'm getting, of course he's going to be. I'm getting, you underestimate him. You worry too much. You actually underestimate this boy. Sometimes we need to sort of step back a little just to give them the opportunity to see what they can do. And I'm getting to not try and stop this boy from experiencing emotions. Okay, you are not going to be able to stop him from feeling pain, experiencing pain, getting hurt, getting pissed off, these sorts of things in life. I'm talking about in life, moving forward in general. Okay, you are a good mum. You don't have to protect him from absolutely everything to be a good mum. Let him experience, let him grow. Don't be afraid of pain and emotions. There's something in that for you, okay? I feel you hurt hard, been hurt hard, and it's excruciatingly painful for you. I feel massive empath. This is for Sharon Lee. And that's something that you have to work on. And I think if he is having any or has had any emotional difficulties in his time so far, I want to take that back to you, because I feel like he holds some of that energy for you. Okay. And that's not to be horrible. We all hold stuff for our parents. I do a lot of family constellation, healing the ancestor work. Okay. A whole other subject, guys. Huge, huge, huge work. And yeah, our kids do hold some stuff for us, especially if we find it difficult on a soul level, on a heart level, energetic level to hold it. Our sons have, your son, our sons and daughters will hold stuff for us just like we do for our own parents. That's a whole other process again. So the more that you become aware of how you cope emotionally, I think that will be energetically one that will relieve him a bit instantaneously, because he will see you growing emotionally stronger and handling things better. Even if we pretend we're okay to our kids, no matter how old, even the little ones, they know if we're bullshitting to them because they can feel it. They're still open energetically. They can feel it. We can't lie to them. You know, we might say, oh, yeah, mummy's okay, and show that we're okay. And inside we're not. And they'll be like, oh, okay. But they know. They absolutely know. So, look, he's going to be okay. Let him be a little bit robust. Let him sort of learn a little bit. And my sense is to go back to you and see how you're dealing with things emotionally, how you cope emotionally. Do you just shut off? Do you pretend it's not hurting you? You know, or how are you dealing with things emotionally is what I want to ask you, Sharon. And, you know, maybe I can help you work with some emotions that you've stored up. And you all know, you probably all know by now, and if you don't, like when we're not processing emotions and we're sort of hiding them away, you know, they sort of become blocks. They become love blocks in our body, and they can sort of manifest as some kind of illness or injury, and, you know, all sorts of things happen. They can affect us physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. So that's why we work on an energy level as well. So Sharon, my darling, is going to be okay. Oh, I'm going to pull you a card too. Well, I've got one, but I'm getting to pull you another one, and that one just fell out. So acknowledge what is. I feel like you're a bit sad too with circumstances or something, and feel maybe a little bit guilty, and just acknowledge what is like just surrender to what is. Trust the path. Okay, like there's things on our path that are hard and they're shitty, and we think, why do we experience this? But they're for a reason. Get the gold out of it. Understand what the learning is. And you've got love. Okay. True love is unconditional. Your son loves you unconditionally. Relax. It's okay. We can stuff up and still we have still have a loyalty and a love from our kids. Okay. You have good intentions. It's all going to be okay. All right. So that was for Sharon Lee. And that's how we're going to end the show tonight, because it's my time to go. That was a really beautiful, really great energy tonight. It looks like we're just in time because we've got the troll on. So it looks like the trolls started. So we got through most of that. I just blocked. Sorry, I wasn't even watching the comments, but I've just blocked Jean Larry. I just want to say something before I go. You know, if there's anyone on these shows, even if they look like a normal profile and they're commenting saying to personally message them on these shows, I'm telling you, like, none of us readers would do that to each other, and we don't know who these are. So I think most of you guys know this, but there actually has been people that have actually messaged. Sometimes these people, they might be new or don't know, but it's actually not a really ethical thing to do, to jump onto somebody else's show and do this like complete just spamming everyone. So you guys handle it. I've seen it a couple of weeks in a row, and you know, you guys seem to really know what's happening. You know, so we just really need to ignore it. I think most of the time they're bots and they're not actually even real people there. So yeah, they just need to be blocked. Sorry, I wasn't watching the comments then. So just know that for on any of our other ladies shows or whatever groups you go on and listen to these, if someone's on there doing that, yeah, absolutely don't message them, and absolutely do not send them money. Oh my God, please don't. All right. Okay, lovely ones. Thank you so much. As I said, my email's in there. If I can support you anyway, my pages are rebeccalee.awakenthespiritwithin. Best to email me though. And High Vibration City, new social platform, been in the making, coming soon. Lots of fun stuff coming. Thank you so much. Yous are all beautiful. And I'm sorry that I didn't get to you tonight, but I will be back here next week. Okay. Thanks, guys. See ya.